I'm feeling a little nervous. I want this one to go well. I want this one to go well.
I mean, if it goes like any other battle, somebody named Svetlana is gonna go in with an axe and murder everybody in 3 seconds, and then we're gonna go, well, there we go, that's it.
Good fight, GG.
Yep. 10 minutes later, you're gonna be like,
free loot, one
now
dice
that
roll.
you said it, now that's not gonna happen. I feel like you put it out there that I'm gonna do that, so.
I heard her rolling
is
3 ones in a row while I was stepped away, so I'm not too worried.
I rolled 3 ones on my paradise, so.
There it is.
Not ideal.
Out of 4.
All right, let's get this going because people got stuff to get to, family and rest. So just a quick note for listeners, Yriel's actually not feeling well, so we're actually going to have her type out what she wants to do in chat, and I'm going to read it to you. That way you guys can experience the whole thing, and that way everyone can play even if they're not feeling well. This is a big moment in the campaign. We want everybody to be able to play, but we also don't want to aggravate anyone's sickness. A little note. All right. So as we so often start our sessions, we are going to remind you that we are playing Daggerheart in what we are describing as campfire style, which is the idea that we can hand off GM back and forth to tell different stories, to give all of us time to GM, that sort of thing. So usually at the start of sessions, we start at the campfire. We are limited on time. So unless somebody in the party has something urgent they need to bring up on the campfire or at the campfire, we might just skip straight to the recap and jump back into the prison below Skyland. Anybody? No? Okay. The secrets of the dungeon below Skyland have never been closer. Where we last left off, the party had just slayed another minotaur and some knife-wielding cultist and spared a wizard for interrogation. Upon pressing him for answers, and pressing him with the blade of Maz's sword, he told you that whatever he was doing, whatever gruesome activities he participated in with the bodies you find laying around the room, he hadn't actually hurt anyone. He was brought in to experiment on corpses, to look for something that they wouldn't even tell him. On further questioning, you learned that he believed he had no choice to do what he was doing, that they had taken people he had loved to force his hand. Your group showed compassion and asked him to do better, but let him go. Before he left, he told you not to press forward, and as you started to, even against his wishes, Bogha began to get the impression that he was right. Her senses, attuned to the forces of magic around her, told her that there was something ahead, something evil, and as you got to the end of the hallway, you found a single door. Opening it revealed to you an altar carved into the floor and scrawled in blood, with a fountain in the center overflowing with something. At the front of the altar was a pedestal containing a single book, and all around the room you saw spirits with large swords. The person in the center, though, near the altar, stopped Toko in his tracks. As we ended last time, he said, you brought the Simia, did you? And that's where we pick up now.
So, the first thing you notice is, Toko for like his sharp wit, but it goes away immediately. His breath shortens, his ears flatten, and like his tail bristles, and he's just like frozen, as if he's not with you in the moment. All you can hear coming out of Toko is like very whispered, panting, the very whispered, panting words of, no, not again, not again.
The wizard levels his gaze on Toko and says, I didn't think I'd see you again. As you can see, my experiments have progressed since we last met. And the wizard kind of gestures with a grand sweeping gesture to the room around you. As you kind of follow his gesture, you notice that the last room you're in before the last hallway was kind of covered in like bodies and gore and things. whatever you saw there, this room is worse. There's blood sprayed up the walls. Whatever was going on in this room before you arrived, you get the feeling that, I guess the last wizard explained that he was only working with corpses. From the blood spraying the stone walls and covering the tables and the floor, you get the feeling that people in here were potentially alive while while whatever was happening.
Just a DM or a GM point. I believe Toko still has that shroud of darkness around him, right?
That is correct.
That was cast by the wizard. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Thank you for the reminder.
I also will take Bogha off of my shoulders, as long as that's okay with her, and set her next to me so that, we're not a double target.
Yeah, that's fair.
Have you considered throwing Bogha?
At the wizard?
Sorry, I've been playing too much Marvel Rivals.
Svetlana, knowing this is a bad dude, will do her charge ability into the room.
Okay.
And so I'm going to roll for stress to see if I actually take it.
Okay. Absolutely.
And I will.
Okay.
So I'll take a stress. Well, actually, before I do that, I should have rolled for agility. Because I'm trying to go in and attack the wizard dude.
You're going straight for the wizard? Okay.
Yeah. So that is a 9 plus 3. Oh, wait, no, agility, sorry. A 9 with hope.
9 with hope. Okay. Make sure you take a hope. You charge into the room, and just the sheer, this room is covered in blood. And you don't quite get steady footing as you're charging, and the wizard just easily sidesteps out of the way. And
I think I wouldn't even make it over there, right? Because it's not succeeding on the agility roll to run over there.
Yeah. So you make it part of the way and lose your footing, and you find yourself kind of closer than ever to the wizard. The wizard kind of looks at you, cocks his head a little bit, and so that's how you want to do it. And the spectral guardian that is next to you, this giant spirit with a sword, swings its grave blade at you. You can tell.
Just
yeah, go ahead.
Just to clarify for those who are watching this later, Maz was put in chat there something that he should probably say out loud for everybody's benefit.
Oh, so she does charge in with an axe in hand, of course.
You've got to.
But I failed because we talked about this earlier. And we should have knocked on wood.
All right.
Okay, sorry to interrupt the swing.
No, that's okay. So I rolled a 19 on that roll.
Oh,
against Svetlana's evasion. Okay.
Of 7.
Now I need to roll the damage dice if I can find it. Ooh. That is 16 points of damage against Svetlana with the grave blade. It's a giant. It's almost like it looks like flames, but they're blue as the ghost strikes at you. And as you take the damage, you don't just feel it in your body, you feel it in your mind. And so you take 16 points of damage and a stress.
Okay.
Ooh.
Ow. 167.
Brutal.
I will roll for stress too. Sorry, go ahead.
As Toko sees that, his voice drops even further, like almost to a growl, like as he sees Svetlana being hurt. And he says, "You took everything from me. I should rip you apart." And like he gets out of his kind of his fur kind of stands on end, his claws extend, and he lunges.
Okay.
Just in like absolute raw fury.
Okay. Is this for
towards the spirit that hurts Svetlana?
Okay. Absolutely. That is a easy enough distance for Toko to travel with his simia agility. So if you could roll for attack against the Spectral Guardian.
What did I get? That's an 11.
11.
With hope.
11 with hope. Make sure you take a hope. The blade that you have a blade, right? You're swinging a
Longsword, yes.
Longsword. Okay. Your blade passes straight through the spirit, and the spirit takes no damage. It almost like separates around your blade and then closes again. And then the spirit looks at you and attacks back. This time not using Grave Blade because it just used it, but attacks back at you, Toko, and attempt to hit you with the blade. And much like you did, the swing goes wide. Your simia agility allows you to dodge, and the spirit does not connect with its attack. I rolled a 3, just to be clear.
We approve.
Yeah. Maz noticing who's often one of the bedrocks of the party, slipping on her way in and taking significant damage. The rage of Toko, feels something well up within her. Just a sheer, fury, almost sort of like a blackout state of, this is the time where I just need to fight, and flaps her wings to leap over to the same, what do you call these things? Wraith?
Yeah, Wraith, Spirit Guardian, Spectral Guardian,
so
whatever you call them.
The ghost-like figure, and as she, kind of wells up, her feelings inside of her becomes unstoppable.
Ooh.
And, it summons, something that doesn't come out of her often, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's often not pretty. And she takes, both swords out and sort of spins around, trying to put all of her force into a slash with both of her short swords coming after this spirit.
Sounds great. Go ahead and roll for attack.
Oh,
Oh,
never mind.
Terrible. Oh my God. 6 with fear. So she's, swinging. Let me just make sure I got this right. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So yeah, she swings, wide, slipping on, the bloody, floor as well. And loses their footing, and does not make contact with the spirit is what I'm thinking.
No, Toko's blade kind of passed through without doing damage. You're seeing red, and as you swing, you just swing too wildly and just completely miss the spirit. And as you do that, you notice the 2 spirits that were kind of gathered behind the wizard start to move up on you. If you were paying... Go ahead.
Quick question for
Yes.
GM. Because
Mhm.
it says short sword +4 agility. Does that mean I should be adding +4 for my agility to this thing? I don't know what that means.
Yes. Yeah, you should be adding 4 to your rolls.
Okay. So then I should have been getting 10 with fear instead of 6 with fear, which I'm assuming still doesn't hit, but yeah.
Correct. That still misses, but that's good to know.
Yeah.
Yes. On your character sheet, you have next to your weapons, you have 2 numbers. The first one is what you add to your attack roll. The second one is what you roll for damage. So
Meaning when I roll my duality dice, it'd be my duality dice +4.
+4 for attack, and then you would do.
Got it.
Yep. All right. So you see these 2 spirits kind of moving around and past the wizard and start to move up on you. And anybody who would be watching the wizard, I assume Toko would probably be pretty locked into what the wizard was doing just due to their history, would notice that just a very slight kind of like minuscule gesture, just a little point with the head to from the wizard to show that maybe he is controlling these spirits, or at least commanding them. The 2 spirit guardians close in on you, and just kind of these spirits seem to be surrounding you. Currently, they are not attacking, but they are closing in. And the wizard makes eye contact with Toko and says, "Brought me more lambs to slaughter?" And play back to the players for that, or with that.
Hilo kind of, as he did last time, is a little more focused on the guy in the back. And so we'll taunt him with and using his troublemaker spell.
Okay.
And he will say, you know, most sorcerers try to keep their work areas at least a little more tidy. You'd think you'd have some professional pride.
Okay.
And let's see here. That is a 13 with hope.
And this is
On
a
the presence roll.
okay. So it's an attempt to kind of intimidate. Is that, or like taunt or provoke? Is that right?
Taunt or provoke. Yes.
Okay. You see a look of concern wash over the wizard's face just for a moment. And then he smiles at you, and it's a really, really wicked looking smile. As your words don't appear to have any effect on the wizard. But he, in response, is going to, using his staff, kind of swirl it in the air and cast a bolt of magic at you and attempt to hit you in response. He's going to say, "I don't cower." Oh, I did the voice wrong. Hold on. Sorry. I don't cower that easily. And that is 21 to hit.
21 to hit.
Yeah, that would hit.
Okay. So I will roll for damage. It is a big burst of magical damage. Let me make sure that's the wrong dice. Go ahead.
So I forgot. I could, because I thought it was when an ally, but it's when I or an ally make a presence roll and fails or succeeds with fear.
Okay.
I can spend 3 hope to negate that roll's consequences.
Okay. In terms of this, yeah.
Would that not be a consequence?
I mean, consequence in this case, I don't necessarily. I want you to be able to use your abilities. So realistically, what the consequence would be, like if you roll with fear, like another monster appears, or if you miss. In this case, you were attempting to taunt him, and he was not, or provoke him, I guess, and he was not provoked.
Okay.
So
okay. I was wondering if his was a reaction.
This is just
to what I had done.
This was just because you had missed. He was taking a turn rather than like a consequence of you missing. If that makes sense.
Okay, so it wasn't a consequence. I'm with you.
Okay.
I'm with you.
All
okay,
right.
Just checking. All right,
I like the idea though, but in this case, the consequence was I took a fear. So.
I mean, I guess you could use it for that, but that seems a little.
Yeah. No. That wouldn't. That's not worthwhile. If it was a reaction kind of a thing, like he was using a reaction or a counter.
I am with you. This was 21 magic damage.
Oof.
Whatever magical burst you saw from the staff with the previous wizard, this is like a giant wavering ball kind of surrounded by almost darkness, it looks like, and the ball just bursts when it hits you for 21 damage.
Ow. I think.
What's your threshold?
14 is my severe damage threshold. So,
wow.
And I've got 3 armor slot, but it would.
How much HP do you currently have marked?
I have no HP marked, so
okay.
I could mark 3 HP and just take the damage, because getting that down is not going to be very effective.
It's going to take a lot more armor slots.
Yeah. Hilo just gets smacked a lot and kind of crumples for a second before standing back up.
You see, it kind of looks like what that shrouded armor that Toko currently has from Egoth's spell. It kind of looks like that, but this is a darkness that when it hits you, instead of kind of wrapping around you, it seems to try to suffocate you a little bit. And then it does that damage, and then it kind of dissipates like mist. And the wizard will also take a step back closer towards the altar, of which's purpose you still do not know. And I'll hand play back to the players at that moment.
Maz starts to kind of walk towards the wizard.
Okay.
Or not walk, but, kind of storm over that way.
Okay.
Starting to close the gap, but
Okay.
leaving it open for somebody else to jump in while she's making her moves.
Sounds good.
If I were to try to go across the room to the book,
Mm-hmm.
could I make that, or do I have to do an agility roll for that?
That's a great question. You are currently, just due to the terrain of the room, due to that kind of established slippery floor and everything, this is a little bit of difficult terrain. So I would say if you're going to try to move across the room quickly, that would be a thing where I would probably request an agility roll.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Maz is flapping her wings to fly as she hops across the floor to assist.
Okay. I am rolling agility to run across. That's a 15 with hope.
Okay.
To try to go and grab this book.
Okay. With a 15, you can make it to the book. Are you going to attempt to...
And I was going to pick it up and in my one hand, and then in the other hand I will use my experience of I burn with the light of 1,000 suns to create like a burning, like sun-like radiance and flame.
Okay.
In this hand, and I would say to the wizard, I don't know that I have the accent, but I would say, I have your book. Now call off your specters, or it burns.
Okay. Sounds like you're going to attempt to intimidate the wizard. So if you could make a presence roll to see if the wizard is intimidated. You have his attention.
Can Toko react to this in the meantime?
Sure.
16.
Toko sees what's going on. He turns to the wizard and says, "You always thought you were untouchable. But here you are, standing in front of a girl like a fool."
The wizard says, "You haven't touched me yet."
That's a 16 with fear, but I think I am gonna probably add my prayer die just to be sure. I'm gonna add 2 of them to make it 18.
Okay. All right, an 18, and you see a fear pass across the wizard's eyes. Speaking of which, I need to take a fear as you announce that you have his book. And he is going to call his spectral guardians back to attempt to protect the book because you rolled with fear. And I'm going to activate these 2 spectral guardians. One of them is going to move past Maz to get to you. The other one is going to just have a direct line to you. And both of them are going to attempt to slash you with their sword to protect their master.
I don't think this matters, but I forgot to add the experience points onto the roll, so it would have been actually 20 with fear.
Yeah.
But I don't think it matters because it succeeded.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
And sorry to ask another question, but I use a hope, right, to use an experience?
Correct.
Or is it 2 hope?
1 hope to use an experience. Yep. All right, the first guardian is going to slash you with its flaming blade, and that is, I believe, going to hit. That is a 14 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, that is a flaming blade attack. I will roll for damage. That is a terrible roll. That is 13 damage as the first one hits you. And as you are taking that damage, the second one sees a moment of opportunity and swings at you with a 15 to hit.
That hits as well.
As I say, I don't think a 13 is a bad roll for damage, just for the record.
That one's...
Especially because my
I think that hits all of us.
8.
That one's 17.
First
Is that 30
one
damage?
is 13 damage.
Mhm.
Second one is 17 damage. Okay. I gotta figure out how I'm gonna take this. That's 20, 30.
Do you continue holding on to the book? Because that might change how these spirits continue to act.
Honestly, I was thinking about burning it. So
Do it.
I don't know if once I saw them coming towards me, I probably would have burned it, but
Okay.
I don't know if I would have been able to do that in time.
Roll to your 2d12 and tell me what the result is.
Doubles.
Crit.
A 6 and a 4, so that's 10 with hope.
Okay, you were.
Although, what was it? What category was it?
It doesn't matter. You're attempting to light a book on fire. Like it doesn't have a really high difficulty.
Oh, okay.
It's a stationary object, so
It's not running away.
right.
I could use my.
It gets legs.
It's a stationary object with no armor, so it's not super difficult. As the spirits slash into you, your holy flame from Core sets the book alight, and the pages burn orange and yellow and all the typical colors of fire. But you notice the smoke coming from the pages is considerably darker than you would expect. It is not just smoke and ash burning away, it is something else. And you hear the wizard say, "No!"
Does Bogha feel anything from this happening?
Bogha, still feels the overwhelming dread of this room. This is a highly magic room. You can feel a little bit of a lessening of that dread. It seems to reduce slightly, but it also is still there. When I say slightly, I mean very slightly. So like if we're talking like 100%, as the book starts to burn page by page, we're talking about 98% dread still.
Cool.
I believe that Yriel is going to share with us something that she would like to do potentially, but you all are welcome to continue engaging, and I will.
Hilo's just going to start moving forward a little bit so he can help out a little better with everybody.
And is this enemy right next to me? Is that in my way? Should I treat it like that? This wraith?
It is between you and the wizard, yes. Okay, so quick note, Yriel is going to spend 3 hope to increase evasion with Ranger's Hope, and then Yriel would like to ask Bogha if she needs an escort to inspect the ritual site.
Can you even... Do you have the strength? I do not have it myself. I cannot go into that room by myself.
Yriel believes that you got this. Oh, Pazu is going to kind of like step up and shake his fur a little bit and offer you a ride. As a tiny ribbit, you'll be able to ride on Pazu's back if you would like that help to get into the room.
A rare privilege.
My thanks. And Bogha's slowly try clamber her way onto the back of Pazu.
Okay, so we'll go ahead and move Pazu here. How close to, I guess, move where you would like to go on the map, Bogha, and then I'll move Pazu with, as long as that's okay with Yriel, which I assume it is based on what Yriel said. So just move into the room where you would like to be.
I am going to go just past Hilo.
Okay. We'll go ahead and have Pazu.
Gonna get to this kind of bench
Okay, sounds good. The further into the room you move, the more that the pain that you feel from sensing this magic starts to increase. It starts to feel not just like a weight on your body, but a weight on your soul. It feels like it is dragging you, pulling you, attempting to wrench something from you in this room.
Maz,
Lets out a yell of pain, like as we get further in. It's like there's like sweat beading on her, like drenching her clothes. If it even can sweat.
Maz, who's sort of flying more than running towards the wizard, as the wraith steps into her way, she really pulls out both short swords and attempts to stab the wraith that got into her way, but even more so to really stab and actually, with pure fury, shove the wraith, out of her way.
Okay, go ahead and make a roll for attack against the wraith.
Good God, man, I'm on fire.
While she is doing that, I just wanted to say this for the audio purposes, that when Svetlana took the 30 damage from the wraiths, she used 3 armor slots, so it hit her armor quite a bit. And she prayed a little bit, used one of her prayer dice, and still took 2 HP damage.
Okay. And you see as the book kind of goes up in flames, you hear the wizard, "You fool! What have you done? Years of work, and you set it on fire?" And then Maz attempts to slash the spirit.
Yes, and I'm gonna use Luck Bender to spend 3 hope to re-roll my terrible roll.
Okay.
And I just doing great. Wait for it. Oh, Maz is so pissed. Oh man, she stabs the shit out of this thing with a crit. Double 6s. And it is not pretty because she just unleashes all this fury with the friends around her in trouble, seeing folks actually getting hurt. And that is one thing that, she cannot stand for. So I gotta look. So
as a crit, you take a hope, you clear a stress, and your damage works like this. You take whatever your maximum prayer dice is, or not prayer dice, your damage dice. Sorry. I'm still thinking.
So I roll 2 d8s.
So you 16 is your initial number. You add 16 to the 2 dice that you actually roll, and then add 4. That's how much damage you do. So roll your 2 d8s.
So it's 16 plus 8, but that means I'm up to 24. Okay, right?
Did you add your 4?
Then that means 28. Okay. And then I have body basher. So, I'm putting the full force of my body weight into this slash and push. So that means I add my strength trait to that as well. So that's another +2. So that's 30.
30 damage.
And then because I am losing my frigging mind and unstoppable, I add the value of my unstoppable die to my damage total, which is another 4. Okay. So that brings it up to 34.
Okay, that is.
I think that's a hit.
That's insane. So, as you see the rage start to. You see the rage in Maz's eyes as she attacks, and the sword goes into the spirit, and then Maz kind of slashes up, slashes down, all while the sword is inside of the spirit, instantly killing this spirit. And by killing, obviously it's a spirit, but removing it from the battlefield.
Oh man, that was good. That was very satisfying. Very satisfying.
Very satisfying. You see the spirit vanish in a similar cloud of kind of dark smoke. Yeah. That was
I would like to
incredible
boot.
attack. Yeah.
That was amazing. I would like to do 2 things just in the interim. I will spend 3 hope to re-roll a prayer dice.
Okay.
Or refresh a prayer dice, sorry.
Okay.
And then I would also like to consume one of my minor health potions.
Sounds good.
So that's a D4 of hit points.
Sounds
So
good. Both of those
right.
are
We have those.
that's
easy enough to do while a wizard is watching you burn a book. You're just standing there with a book, taking a swig of a just pull. I assume there's a cork in it and you pull it off with your teeth and throw it back.
Quick blow on it.
What is it with getting ones on my prayer dice? Jeez. All right.
Didn't even need to mark any HP slots for that spirit guardian. That was
just straight alive to dead. Just alive to dead.
Insane.
This is the first time I've actually gotten to use Unstoppable, so I was like, let's see how this one works.
I like how you prepped it and everything. It was like, I'm gonna do this.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah. All right. What happens next?
Toko's going to try to... Sorry?
I just said what happens next, but I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead.
No. Yeah, Toko's going to try to attack the spirit again, like inspired by what he just witnessed.
Okay, the one closest to you, so kind of in the entrance to the room. Okay.
Yeah. He's going to try and attack that spirit again.
Okay.
See, that's 21 with hope.
Oh my goodness, 21 with hope absolutely is going to hit. Go ahead and take a hope.
And we are hitting it for 16.
For 16?
Yep.
All right. Jeez. Where were you guys at like 5 minutes ago? What's going on?
You can see the rolls on Demiplane. I'm not lying.
We're both like warriors, right? So it's like
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And Toko was like frozen a second ago. Like this is hard for him.
Yes. As you slash at the spirit, it releases a shriek of pain. You definitely did some damage. It's not down, but it definitely did some damage. And as you are watching this, you see the wizard move back further, and he attempts to be doing, or appears to be attempting something, I guess is what I'm trying to say. You can see him forming some arcane symbols with his hands and with his staff.
Seeing this, Hilo moves forward a little bit more, trying to kind of get in between Svetlana and the wizard guy.
Okay.
Since what she's doing seems to be somewhat effective.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's going to again try to taunt this guy. And he points to Maz and he points to the wizard and says, "You're next."
Meanwhile, Maz at that moment leaps up from just destroying this thing and, flaps her wings to take off right into the air, going towards the wizard, essentially in sync with what Hilo's saying.
So is that a group roll for intimidation?
I was doing I was trying to do the spell.
The ability.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
What did you roll for your trouble?
I rolled a 13 with fear.
Okay. The wizard kind of cocks an eyebrow, which is a thing that I can't do. So imagine cocks an eyebrow and looks at you, sees Maz flying towards him, and takes another step back, kind of back against the corner, continues to do those gestures with his hands. You still don't know what they are, but continues to attempt to cast some type of spell. Unfortunately, your provoking did not seem to provoke.
No, it was the same. It was the same number as last time, just with a different combo. So,
as Toko sees him cast the spell, he turns to the party. No, don't let him. Grab him.
As soon as she hears this, Svetlana will throw her axe at his hands to try to stop his hands.
Okay.
So she'll use her.
You're trying to cut off his hands?
In an attempt.
That's very Svetlana though. You got
It
it.
It is really like, I'm just going to call this now.
Wow. What?
Oh, that's a crit. Double 8.
No.
Yes.
Good luck, Jim.
So it's 16 plus 3, so that's 19 plus it's a crit.
Okay, if it's a crit, you don't need to tell me the roll.
Oh, okay. So for damage, 2d10 plus 4.
Okay.
That's 24.
Potentially it could be.
No, I mean, because it's a crit, right?
Right, it's a crit, so you do 20 plus your dice roll plus 4.
So my dice roll was 10 plus 6, so 16.
36 plus 4.
20. Wait, what?
Jesus Christ.
So you did 24 plus...
24 plus your dice
20.
is what you want.
Oh, okay.
So 40, right?
16 plus 24, yeah. Yeah, 40.
All right.
All right, wizard.
And she's aiming for his hands.
Okay. Your axe connects solidly, embeds straight into his arm, like deep into the muscle, maybe even up against the bone. And he cries out in pain, "No!" And for a moment, he stops. He appears to stop casting whatever spell he was casting. As you do that, though, seeing that their master is being attacked, the spectral guardians all converge on you. And the closest one is going to attempt to use its grave blade to cut you down. That's a natural 20.
Just a quick side note.
Oh.
As the axe lands on the wizard, you can notice Toko like wincing in pain as well.
Okay. Good to know. Good to know. So the spectral guardian attempting to attack you with grave blade rolled a natural 20.
That definitely hit.
Allow me to roll for damage.
Does that mean you get special damagey things like we do?
Oh, look at that smile.
No, I'm not sure what he means. I don't know. Sorry, Svetlana. It was nice knowing you.
That is 20 damage, and you must mark a stress.
Stress. Oh, wait. I got to roll for my stress. Oh, got a 6, so I don't have to mark it.
There you go.
And then 20 damage.
Mm-hmm.
I will use 1 armor slot to make it 16, which is my major damage threshold.
Ooh.
No, I'm gonna...
I feel like Svetlana's looking rough.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I guess I'll take 2 more HP. So I'm not doing well. But...
And you notice as Svetlana takes this damage, the wizard seems almost emboldened by your pain and is, even with blood pouring down his arm from where your axe returns when you throw it, right? Okay.
Correct.
Even with the blood pouring down his arm, you can see bone through the hole in his arm that Svetlana put there, but that doesn't stop him from casting these runes in the air. Whatever spell he is casting is not complete, however. Bogha's trying to look for an indication of what kind of ritual this is. Is that correct, Bogha?
Indeed.
Okay. Can you while everybody is fighting, make a instinct roll, and because of the chaos of blood and violence going on around you, I think it's going to have to be at disadvantage.
Dang.
And how did we do disadvantage?
I'm not sure that's going to matter.
Is that a crit again?
Yes, it is.
Amazing.
For those of you who are listening to this later, Michael is shaking his head in disbelief right now.
You guys have gotten how many crits in a row?
That's
Three.
three.
It wasn't in
On
a
a
row.
row.
There was a failed roll in the middle,
Okay.
but you
Yeah.
know, three good solid crits as you know.
Y'all are killing me. But I guess I also got a crit, so.
Yeah, you know.
All right. So you rolled a crit. Hope. Take a hope. Clear stress. And what you can tell from your investigation, it's all a bit muddy while everything is going on, and plus the weight on your soul is definitely making it more difficult. But the focus of this ritual site appears to be specifically the fountain. Like I said, from the fountain there is some type of material that is bubbling up and bubbling over and like spilling off the sides. And the focus of this ritual site seems to be around that. From your knowledge of the arcane, you can tell the shapes on the floor are an attempt to contain what is in the fountain. This is not a ritual to release something. This is a ritual to contain something, and that's only something you know because you rolled so well. But it is an attempt to contain what is in the fountain.
Okay.
And you will be able to likely tell what is happening with the fountain after a period of time, but in a quick, in the middle of combat glance, that's just really tough. So that just to clarify, that'll be something that we'll talk about in a moment. Assuming combat ends in a moment, I guess.
And Maz continues to advance towards the wizard again in the now, blind fury, overstepping the, wraith that she had utterly destroyed, and looks to close the distance, flapping her wings, flying in the air, moving to close the gap.
Okay. The flying should be easy enough to do. Are you going to attack, or are you just closing the distance?
Closing the distance, leaving it open for somebody else.
All right. As you close the distance, the wizard's hand suddenly stops. And for a moment, like, you guys all feel the atmosphere in the room around you change. It's almost like charged with electricity, but it's still. And you have a second to kind of look around before the wizard blinks out of existence.
What?
Oh.
What happens to the specters?
They still look mad.
Oh, God.
Oh, I thought, seeing as this wizard left, they would. Oh, that makes sense.
They might.
I mean, Maz flies forward towards where the wizard was, and I guess she hits air.
You attack. Nothing. The wizard, as far as you can tell, you bring your sword down to where the wizard just was. Yeah. There's nothing there. The sword just slices through perfectly through the air. I rolled really well. I wasn't sure how that was going to go, but I definitely just rolled 21. The wizard, as far as you can see, is gone.
I mean, Maz turns around, sort of screaming a bit, where did he go? Where did he go?
As you're screaming, Toko says, I know exactly where he went.
I mean, Maz.
Is there anything left of the, sorry.
No, you guys are good. I was just going to say, if you guys would not like to go, I still have characters that I can use. So, but you started talking before I said it. So go ahead.
No, Maz just then starts flying in the opposite direction, a bit in a fury, but also, did hear Toko, and, certainly wants to know more about where this guy went, because she's, in a fury, but then starts flying back down towards the other side of the room, in the direction of the wraiths.
Sounds good to me.
Is the book basically just like ash now in her hands?
You've burned quite a bit of it. There's still some lingering text, but it is, if you don't put the fire out, the book will be completely gone.
Okay. I'm not gonna put it out.
Okay. The book is completely gone.
Just gonna go like, oh no.
By the way, Bogha, as the wizard blinked out of the area, imagine you were feeling like a vice grip around your heart. As the wizard blinked out of the area, that seems to have released. You still feel the magic in this room, the magic of this ritual site, but you no longer feel like you're going to be strangled by it.
Incredible. Seeing as I'm so close to the specters, I'm going to use like spring up on the back of Pazu and kind of twirl around, wave my cloak, and use Rain of Blades on the two specters that are very close.
All right. Feel free to roll.
I got a 13 with fear.
13 with fear.
But I
Go ahead.
am going to spend. Oh no, I can't. Never mind. Never mind.
Yriel, just to give you guys a little bit of fun. Normally I wouldn't do this, but you guys can help each other with rolls, and I haven't seen a lot of that. Yriel, is there a way that Pazu can help with this Rain of Blades that you could give us? Would anybody else like to act while we're resolving that? Just because we have somebody who doesn't currently have a voice, we just have to wait for some text chat.
Nice.
Nice. Anybody else like to act?
I mean, Maz flying downwards notices Svetlana looking in absolutely dire straits. Then immediately flaps her wings backwards to kind of get like a hard stop, landing on the ground, and offers her a minor health potion.
Awesome.
I would drink it.
Okay. Go ahead and roll for a minor health potion. I believe that's 1d4. Is that correct?
Would I roll or would she roll?
4.
She would roll. You got
4.
You got a 4? Hey, congrats.
Yeah.
Make sure you remove that from your inventory, Maz.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah, Svetlana, remove the one that you used earlier.
I did, yeah, already. Okay. I had 2. I have 1 now. So if Maz, if you don't have any left, I can give you this one that I have too.
I had 2.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, so Maz says, take this and, I guess be careful.
Yeah.
These wraiths are nothing to be played with.
Svetlana gasps as she feels the wounds kind of mending and closing in on themselves, because there were so many lacerations on her arms from these grave blades, and she says, "Thank you, Maz. I needed that."
All right. So just to go along with Pazu helping, Pazu is going to basically, as you're leaping, Bogha, Pazu will kind of push up with his haunches to give you more of a jump, assisting you on your Rain of Blades. And it looks like you get a +5 to your roll from that assist. So that would make it a 18 with fear. Is that correct?
18. Yep.
Okay. That hits both of the spectral guardians that you were looking to attack. One of them is already hurt, so go ahead and roll for damage.
Let's roll an all damage. Seed. D8 plus. Oh. So I'm just trying to.
Yeah, you're good.
Why is that 2d8? Well, I guess.
You mean to look at something? You could.
Yeah, if you could just look at there's 2 different types of roll there.
Yeah, so
one's a 2d8 plus 2.
The 2d8 is if any targets you hit are currently vulnerable, then they take an additional 1d8. So you're going to roll d8 plus 2.
Cool.
Oh, wait. No. Sorry. Ignore that. I'm saying that wrong. I was reading that wrong. Your proficiency is 2, so you're always rolling 2d8 plus 2. If they're vulnerable, you add another d8.
That is 1d8 on.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So you're going to do 2d8 plus 2 to hit for each of them. Neither of them are currently vulnerable, so that won't apply.
Cool. That'll be 11.
All right. The guardian that Toko had previously attacked shrieks and vanishes in a puff of dark smoke as you slay it. The other guardian looks hurt. If you can tell those sorts of things. Bogha, you can tell those sorts of things about spirits. You're kind of attuned to this world. Looks hurt, but is not yet defeated. That was with fear. So the spirit that you hit after it kind of shrieks as well is going to lash out with you with its sword and attempt to strike you back, and is going to probably miss based on that roll. Correct. That spirit misses. You are too small, too wily, and it is hurt and cannot properly aim its giant flaming blade at you. And that'll be my attempt. The other spirit closes in around you a little bit more. But it is the player's turn.
Is there any other sign that... Is there any other, like, kind of ritual-looking objects in this room other than the fountain? Like, anything I can see from where I am?
There is, like, this is clearly a site that was created just for whatever this fountain is. So, I mean, you're kind of getting magic from everywhere in the room. Obviously, it's big focused on the fountain and the ritual surrounding it. But there's a table that's filled with different, like, potion ingredients and stuff like that. Those sorts of things. There's a table that has, like, bowls to mix stuff in, like other supplies you would use in rituals. One table just has a corpse that blood seems to be draining out of still in a steady drip into a bowl. Those sorts of things. So the whole room is very magic filled.
No books or tomes or anything that liking.
You don't see you don't see anything in the heat of battle, but we can do a deeper exploration. I mean, you can look now, but I'm not gonna say you won't get attacked if you attempt to rifle/rifle through some cabinets. As for you, Yriel.
You rifle through cabinets, you riffle through books.
Okay. If you attempt to rifle to riffle. If you would attempt to rifle and then find something and then riffle, potentially. All right. Anyways, would you like to go or would you like me to go, everybody?
Maz flies down towards Bogha in a sort of protective way, seeing that the attempt just to slash her, because, Maz knows that, she's, not the physical fighter.
Mm-hmm. As you move closer to the spirits, you do, Maz, having seeing what the first spirit was as it disappeared, you notice that they seem to be losing their shape slightly. They seem to be maybe a little less tangible than before. Maybe not tangible might not be the right word because that makes it sound like you can't hit them. They seem to be a little less present in the room than they were before.
I mean, taking note of that, Maz, goes to defend Bogha again, and she slashes straight downward, trying to go from top to bottom with both short swords in front of her.
Are you attempting to attack the one that Bogha has attacked previously, or the other one?
Sorry, this one?
Okay, that is the one that no one has hit so far.
Sorry, I wanted the one that had attacked Bogha.
Yeah,
so
that's that one. Yep. The other one that was closing in on Bogha had been slain.
My God. You're going to think I'm lying, but I'm not, and I just got another crit. I mean, so we can save the math and just it's like no. Like,
how much damage is just your default dice with your sword?
Just without adding anything, it's 16.
How would you like to kill this spirit, Maz?
I mean, just flapping my wings to then in that case, take both swords pointed straight down, driving it from right in the head area of this wraith, directly down, pummeling all the way through to the floor, so much so that I have to take a knee as the tips of the swords actually start to penetrate even the stone floor slightly. And then I expect there to be a nice, not even like nothing else happens other than just like, and then it's just gone.
Okay, this one doesn't even get a chance to shriek. Like that's a big thing for spirits is the shrieking. They're really into it. This one doesn't even get a chance as Maz carves it apart, protecting Bogha. Well,
I can't believe that happened. That's 4 crits in like one.
That was
in like an hour and a half.
That was a critical success. If the players still want to go, you still have a chance.
So Hilo is actually going to stand back, not move where he's at, but he's going to use his hand crossbow to shoot at the last remaining one with a 21 with hope.
That definitely hits. Take a hope.
Also, did I take a hope for the crit? Is that
you take a hope. Right? Every time you crit, take a hope, clear stress.
Okay.
That is 7 damage.
7 damage. All right. The spirit is hurt. You connect solidly. The arrow, it doesn't really make sense the way that you see it, but the arrow kind of sticks in its neck. And even the spirit looks a little bit surprised by it, but it's still standing, floating, still floating.
Vertical.
Yes, it is not dead. Is the thing I'm attempting to convey.
I'm not dead yet.
As Svetlana is kind of sat down nursing her wounds, she will just place her hand on Hilo's foot and channel her hope and her healing magic into his foot to course up through his body and heal a hit point or stress. So she'll use 2 hope points to do that.
Easy enough to do.
Hilo looked a little less stinted.
Sorry, go ahead. Finish up what you were going to say.
Oh, that's as I was just saying. Hilo looks a little better thanks to the hit point heal.
As you all are kind of like take a deep breath from the end of that battle, you hear a thumping sound. And if I can meta play your characters a little bit, you'll look towards Toko and you see him lying down on the floor, unconscious, breathing very shallowly, but unconscious.
I mean, I would rush over as soon as I saw that, but I don't know, since I was healing Hilo, if I have time to take that action yet.
And is one wraith still alive?
There is still one wraith alive. Well, a dead. Yes, there's still one wraith.
Yes, there's still a wraith.
There's still a wraith in the fight.
Alivened.
Yes, alivened.
Yep, that one.
What did you say, Michael, about the action?
Healing doesn't take very long, so I don't see a reason that you couldn't heal and then rush over to Toko.
Okay. I will kind of weave in and out of all these people and rush over. I guess I probably have to do an agility roll. That is 8 with hope.
8 with hope. Okay. There's a lot less urgency, so I'm not going to make this as high of a difficulty. So you are able to make your way over to Toko. You do put yourself kind of cross paths with the spirit as you do it, but the spirit seems to be focused on the creatures that are currently attacking it. And I have a note here that Yriel is going to guide Pazu to take Bogha closer to the fountain, if Bogha would like to do that, and then move closer to confront the last wraith.
Yep. Side note, is there anything left of that book at all? Or is it just ash?
Ash.
Dang.
I thought it would stop him.
Totally did, right?
He didn't kill you, so jackpot.
Counting it as a win.
What would you like to do, Yriel, with the last wraith that is in front of you? Also, just in case anybody is listening to this at home, I am taking some liberties with some of the default Daggerheart character abilities. So You might see some of these names. I'm using some names, but changing abilities, I guess, is my point. So you might see some things that don't line up with what's in the rule book. That's all. We're just playing for fun, you know. If you guys want me to metagame it a little bit, technically in the rule book, the Spectral Guardians are supposed to be resistant to physical damage, but in this group, that's nearly all of you. So
with level 2 characters and mostly non-magic users.
Okay, so Yriel is going to attack the Wraith. That looks like 12 plus 2. Isn't that 14? 14 plus agility, so that should be an 18. Is that correct? I believe Yriel just rolled an 18 with hope to attack the Wraith with her broadsword, which is absolutely a hit. If you could roll, Yriel, 2d8 for that hit. I hope I'm looking at the 2d. Oh, jeez.
Woof.
Okay. 2d8, 1 plus 2. That is some tough rolls.
Ooh.
You manage to do some damage to the Wraith, but do not slay it. You get a real solid hit, but also you are attempting to carve a sword into a spirit. So it doesn't do a ton of damage, but it does do damage. And the Wraith is going to attempt to back away. And because it is a Wraith, is going to attempt to mark a stress to back through the wall away from you all, unless someone would like to try to stop it. No one seems to be trying to stop it. I dropped my dice instead of rolling it.
I can pop another shot off since he's just backing away.
Okay. Go ahead and roll to try to hit. I didn't roll amazing on the attempt to escape, so if you hit, we'll say it's a hit.
It's a 21 with hope.
Yeah, you're good. So the Wraith is starting to back through the wall. You see its kind of ethereal, I don't know, backside start to phase through the wall as Hilo's crossbow bolt strikes it. How much damage is that?
That is 9 damage.
9 damage. How'd you like to do this?
Oh, well, so the first shot hit him in the neck, and Hilo basically just kind of adjusted a little bit and just smacks it right in the grinning skull, which is now stuck to the wall.
Hilo makes the final Wraith into a brutal piece of wall art before it vanishes, like all of the other ones have. I'm just going to remove these from the map since they are spirits and not bodies. You find yourself alone in the ritual room. Toko is currently unconscious on the floor, and
Svetlana is bent over him, holding his head in her hand. She kind of slipped her head under and is trying to view to see if he has any visible wounds. And does she notice anything like visibly?
Toko, does she notice anything? Is there anything to see?
Nope, not visible.
Okay.
So did you roll something for that, or?
No. Well, should I have, I suppose?
I don't know.
Since I don't really know anything else to do, I would probably channel some healing magic and just try to heal.
Okay.
Toko. So I will spend 2 hope to either let him. Actually, once per long rest, I can use that to spend 2 hit points or 2 stress. So I would probably do the higher one.
Okay. So
towards Toko.
You're going to clear 2 hit points. Is that correct?
It's his choice, either 2 hit points or 2 stress.
Okay. And Toko, as you are healed in this manner, do you wake up?
No.
No.
Not for the moment. But you see, like, it's as if I was tense, and then the healing kind of relaxed me a little bit.
Okay.
While that is happening, I believe Bogha is still riding Pazu. Bogha, it's up to you if you'd still like to do that with kind of the lessening of the dread as the wizard disappeared. But what you know, this is going back to your crit roll on investigating, by the way. What you realize now that you are able to spend some more time on this ritual site is this fountain is a well of pure magic. The stuff, the essence that you see bubbling and kind of spilling over is a well of just magical essence that is here for reasons that you can't ascertain, but it is a well of magic, and the ritual being formed around it was attempting to contain and siphon that magical power for some reason.
Oh. Fascinating.
This magic...
Oops,
sorry.
Oh, you go ahead.
I was just going to say, this magic does not feel like the magic in the fountain does not feel like an evil magic from your sense of the arcane. The magic attempting to contain it, however, does not feel good.
Bogha's gonna make with all this in mind, she's gonna make a quick one. She's gonna wander around the circumference of this this ritual.
Yep.
Trying to ascertain if there's if there's any kind of conduit, like the magic's being siphoned into, or if it's just another location entirely.
Yeah. You don't see any, I'm just not going to make you roll for investigation or whatever it is, again, based on instinct, I guess, based on how well you rolled in the middle of the fight. You don't see anywhere that the magic was going. Your guess is that when you burst in here, when you did, I guess you kind of crept in, but still, you burst into the dungeon overall when you did, and you don't believe that the plans of this ritual site were complete. You know enough about the arcane to see that like there was something being built and formed here around this fountain, but it is not done.
Bo's just going to be muttering under breath. Incomplete. This doesn't feel right. This just doesn't feel right. And she's gonna just stand there, tapping her froggy foot, making a slap sound, and then just goes, I would hate to see the arcane contained. And takes the staff we got from the that other wizard. What's his face?
Yep. And
just kind of that one. Scrape out the kind of the symbols. Make a massive line through the symbols, disrupting the magic, I guess.
Okay. So you're attempting to disrupt the ritual around the fountain. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. As you scrape the symbols and like there's blood and there's bones and all of these things on the ritual around the fountain, as you scrape some of that away, you feel all at once a big, powerful burst of magic that kind of overwhelms you for a moment, Bogha, but not in a bad way. Like you sense that you have just unlocked something about this magical fountain. I guess freed it might be a better word. So you're not actually taking any kind of physical hit or anything. You just feel that the magic is now like flowing again in the way that it was previous to this ritual.
Incredible.
And anybody else have any sense for the arcane to be able to sense when this happens?
Toko wakes up and he kind of groans and kind of opens his eyes like one eye at a time. He's like, "Oh, did someone drop an info on my skull?" Or did I just lose a drinking game with a minotaur? Why does the floor taste like regret? He kind of sits down, like, very, very slowly. He looks around. Okay. Oh, hear me out. What if the teleportation spell actually did work and it took us into a reality where our heads are 5 times heavier? He just kind of sits there like, oh.
You're okay, Toko. What happened? You were knocked out. And then when Bogha took off the ritual spell on this fountain, you woke up.
No, I'm not okay. My my skull is about to crack open like an overripe melon. I just think, ugh. This is a dream. This is a bad dream. I'm still asleep. I refuse to wake up. I can't. Okay. He's just like, he's got like this massive.
All right. While that is happening, Yriel is going to attempt to also analyze the fountain with Bogha to see if there's anything more that can be learned. Let's do this. Yriel, because you have Bogha there helping you, if you could roll your 2d12s, add your instinct, and then add a d6 from the help that Bogha will give you. No, knowledge? Oh, okay. So you're trying to see... Wait, knowledge? Oh, okay, sure. Analyze. Okay, sure. You can use knowledge. That's fine. So you're attempting to like analyze the mechanisms of this fountain. Okay. That works for me. Trying to understand what is happening with the fountain. 19 with knowledge, and you're adding a hope experience collective memory. Is that correct? Okay. All right. So you're going to roll a 19 plus 3, and because Bogha is here assisting, please add a d6 to that, if you would. Also, was that with hope or fear? That's with hope. Okay. I'll let you guys decide who rolls with advantage. Bogha, would you like to roll the d6, or would you like Yriel to, since you are helping? Okay. Yriel says go for it.
Just the 1d6. Is
Yep. Just roll a d6, and we're going to add that to the result.
So that's a 2.
It's a 2. Okay, so that's
plus 2 to result.
24 with hope, which is going to give you a decent amount of information. So you investigate the fountain, which kind of looks like its own pedestal, not the same one for the book, but it's like a bird bath almost, with a hole all the way going down through the center. And as you look below kind of where it connects to the floor, you can just barely see a thin line, and you see that the magic is flowing from beneath the floor up through the fountain and bubbling over. As you investigate, you believe that you've heard stories in the past, Yriel, of the magic that it took to lift Skyland in the air. There were very powerful wizards who cast very powerful spells to lift this large city-sized chunk of land off the ground from where it was straight up into the sky. And you don't know this for sure, but investigating with Bogha, you believe that magic is leaving its residue and its residue, I guess is the right word, in this area. And this mechanism to contain it's not the right word. This mechanism to kind of channel it looks older than anything else in the dungeon.
Is there actual? I mean, there's actual like physical magic, like liquid.
Yeah, it's a physical manifestation of magic bubbling up through this fountain.
Cool. Who's going to touch it?
Oh, interesting. Okay. Roll 2d12.
Excellent.
We're not gonna do hope or fear on this, but just roll your 2d12. Pazu licks his paw indifferently.
As Pazu does.
Very
as
good.
Pazu does. Yep.
That's a 14.
14. All right. It feels like a jolt of electricity as you touch it. It doesn't hurt you, but it feels like connecting your hand to a live power wire. It is strong magic, and as your knowledge of this kind of increases as you investigate and as you actually reach out and touch it, you believe that if you leave your hand in this for long, there might be negative consequences.
You'll be able to see Bogha visibly like jolt.
Mm-hmm.
Like and just kinda kinda draw her hand away.
Okay. Bogha, take a hope as
take
well. As you pull your hand back out, you feel overwhelmed with the power of the magic that you've encountered, and it fills you with a little bit of. You guys have seen some dark things, but this is not one of those things, and witnessing it, I think, inspires you a little bit. So you take a hope.
Cool. And side note, Bo's also gonna absent-mindedly lick her finger once she withdraws it.
Tastes a little bit like barbecue sauce.
Question: is the shadowy thing around Toko gone?
Yes.
Did that go away when he fell down, or
around the same time? But you don't know that they're connected or not.
Okay.
It was all happening so fast, so you weren't keeping a close eye on that.
Okay. Do you need more healing, Toko? You said your head was hurting. Do you need some water? And she kind of like puts her little water flask up next to him, like urging him to drink it.
He says no. What we need is to go back to Cogburg.
What?
Cogsburg.
Cogsburg.
Cogsburg. Why do we have to go back to Cogsburg?
Oh, it's Cogsburg.
Yeah.
I thought it was Cogburg. Sorry.
It's all good.
Your head is killing you. I get it.
It's my hometown. I know the name.
He says that's where Malachar. And as he says that, he kind of winces by just saying the name. That's where Malachar keeps his lair. If we want to end this, we got to take the fight to him.
Is that the wizard that was here today?
Yes. Also the wizard that imprisoned me and experimented on me for years.
Oh, goodness, Toko. And I put my arms out like in a show I want to embrace you, but kind of waiting for his like okay of, is it okay to hug you?
Toko actually jumps into your arms and you hear like
let it out, buddy. I'm sure Svetlana would also be crying as well. Just, holding him and patting his back and, yeah.
What would everyone else like to do? In hearing that Toko has suggested that the next step is Cogsburg, with or without an S. Okay.
Yriel is commenting in chat.
All right. So Yriel believes that the fountain and the ritual objects around the area are the problem and is looking to start breaking things.
I mean, sorry, let's be specific to break some shit. I mean, that is the specific.
Saying so, she kicks the fountain. Okay.
I mean, Maz literally sees it and jumps in without hesitation, you know, knowing, you know, with the relationship they've had in the past. She actually flaps her wings to get up a little bit of air and then drops herself down with the power of gravity, kicking at it.
So you're going to attempt to kick over the fountain. Is that correct?
Yep.
Interesting. All right. Go ahead and roll for damage. Or roll for attack on the fountain, both of you.
It's amazing.
Does
the fountain have a character sheet?
It's a 13 with hope.
Okay.
It's a fountain have a character sheet.
I mean, it's not a moving fountain. I mean, it should be pretty easy to hit, right?
14 with hope. All right.
It's the law of inertia, though.
As you both kick the fountain, you feel the world start to shift around you.
You're going to collapse this island.
You feel like it feels like you are on a boat that is all of a sudden off balance.
Keys?
Maz stumbles back. Literally, oh shit. Oh, what was that? And then, you know, looks towards Bogha, who seems to have, she has a bit of a better grip on, you know, whatever's going on. Like, do you know what just happened?
Bo's now panicking, like,
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah, Maz sobers up almost immediately and, you know, kind of like had landed on the ground, but did like the like backward crab walkie thing, like, and then stands up like, I'm not doing that again.
Okay.
You got to learn by poking the bear, that's for sure.
Okay. I did roll to see if any of the dungeon ceiling would collapse on you. You guys are okay?
No.
oh, phew.
Okay, so Yriel, perceptive as she is, Yriel realizes it's not the fountain and aims at the other ritual objects. Easy enough to do. Bogha had previously just kind of scratched out some of the ritual circle, breaking the spell that was surrounding the fountain, but easy enough to kind of kick away the rest of the runes and the bones, and your feet are covered in blood from kind of kicking it all around. Thankfully, nothing happens when you break this ritual.
Can I go back to Toko and Svetlana for a moment?
Sure, absolutely.
Toko has a rule.
Mm-hmm.
He's got very few rules, but the first rule is that he's not the first one to let go of a hug.
Okay.
But this time he breaks his rule to whisper into Svetlana's ear and say, "I know what would make me feel better."
What?
It's potato.
I'll get you some potatoes.
Yes.
I wish I had kept some in my bag from Padre's potatoes stall. Oh well.
And long enough, they wouldn't have kept very well anyway.
That's true. That's
It'd be all soggy.
It's been half a year almost, but it's only been like 5 hours, 4 hours in the dungeon, maybe.
It's true.
Well,
true.
Yeah, but we got the potatoes before we went to the
Before
forest.
the kidnapping.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah. It's been at least a day.
There's been a couple long rests there. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. What would you like to do now?
I mean, Maz had overheard the brief comments about, you know, Cogsburg and, you know, seeing the embrace, and kind of then looks over towards the rest of the party and suggests, you know, that I think we shouldn't, you know, let this one go. And if Cogsburg is where we need to travel, I think that's where we should go.
I agree, but we're all looking a little rough. At least I know myself and Toko and Hilo. We all got hit. I think we need some time to rest as well before we go to try to take him on again.
Yeah.
Just for story's sake, Cogsburg is a few days travel away. So you don't need to rest in the dungeon if you don't want to. Atop blood and bones.
Unless, oh wait.
The real question is, can we set this hellhole on fire as we walk out of it? Just burn it down.
I don't know if that is feasible.
Everything's feasible with fire. There are definitely things that, to answer your question more specifically, there are things that would burn. There are things that would not burn. It's a dungeon carved into the rock beneath an island, so the walls aren't going to burn. They might get charred, but tables, things like that will burn.
Yriel's right. We should return and let the officials know what we found, and then maybe they should protect this better, since the guards all got taken over by cultists and etc.
Okay. So leaving the dungeon, is that the plan, or is there anything else that you would like to do?
Bogha's going to ask quietly, does anyone have an empty bottle? An empty potion bottle?
One of the empty potion bottles from the 2 that I took earlier.
Easy enough.
Bogha's going to try bottle some of the magic from the fountain.
All right. You get some of the fluid in the bottle. You don't know much more than that, but you do manage to capture some and cork it into the bottle.
Fantastic.
Maybe with some time and study, you can see if there is a use for this.
Wonderful.
Also of note, capturing a little bit of it did not appear to have any effect on the world around you. So
we didn't fall out of the air because they stole some magic.
No.
Yeah. I would say I agree with Maz chimes in. I agree with letting the officials know, because this is extremely powerful magic, and I believe this may also help with the island itself, and we do not want it to fall into the wrong hands. And God help me, I do not want to rest in this stinking, filthy, bloody dungeon any moment longer than I can help.
All right.
Agreed. But I also might need a hand to get up and get out of here. And she reaches her hand up and just is waiting for somebody to help her get up.
All right. So what's next? Where are we headed?
Away, I think.
Thank you, Maz.
All right. The plan is to leave. I'm not going to make you guys move your characters all the way through the rest of the dungeon if you're just planning to just head straight out. Is that correct?
I think so.
Anybody disagree?
We spent enough time in the dark.
It begs to question 2 things. One, there was a group of of soldiers that we left behind the airlock.
Okay.
And 2, there was a locked door or a blocked door before we
Would you like
go
me
out.
to tell you what happens if you attempt to walk out?
Oh, yes. Sorry.
No. I'm not saying you can calculate for all these things if you want, but I can also just kind of guide the party through as you begin to retreat from the dungeon following the same path. You did find, like Egoth had told you guys, that there was no exit in the back other than the one the wizard seemed to have that was based on magic. As you move through, you take time to pause at the airlock door. You don't hear anything. You slowly move through the airlock door. You don't see the previous guards that were waiting there. Enough time has passed that they've assumed that the wizard that was waiting for you would have handled this situation and they wouldn't need to. So you sneak past the airlock door and the rooms where you initially countered them. You get back to the door that was barred by the guard that you let go, and you notice a giant hole is blown in the door. And Bogha, investigating the door, you notice that it seems to be a hole that was carved with magic.
Oh, incredible.
You might recognize the magic that is in this, that is carved this hole, as the same magic that Egoth possessed. By letting him go, he arranged your exit, and you leave back through the way that you came and find yourself on the exterior of the dungeon. Sorry, you guys could have attempted to do that and walk slow, but I figured I didn't have any plans for you guys to encounter the guards again on the way. You guys have already dealt with that. I don't want you guys to negate what you did in terms of escaping them just to try to exit a dungeon. That's no fun for anybody. So as you push open the final door of the dungeon back into the fresh air of Skyland, the first thing you notice is the smell of burning is just as strong as when you entered the dungeon. The work to save Skyland is not done. But you do find yourself in the relatively fresh air. I'm on the wrong map. Sorry. The relatively fresh air of Skyland, which does not look like this anymore because it was all exploded. But a little note about Skyland and kind of where you need to go if your next intention is to go. So the way you initially went to the east took you to the forest where you initially rescued the boy. Cogsburg, you know, just from your sense of direction, is off to the west of the map, off the western edge of Skyland. And Skyland here is maybe more in embers than it is in flames at this point. Now that you're out of the dungeon, what would you like to do?
And now I feel, looking over at Svetlana, that we should find a place to rest, right, and to recuperate.
Yes, please.
Are you going to rest in Skyland?
I think I could make it outside the city. It's probably not the best idea to try to rest here with all this burning buildings. I'm not sure that they have even contained all of the fires from the explosions. I think we should probably try to get off the island first. What do you all think?
Yriel wanted to note about letting authorities know about the dungeon. Is that something you guys... Is it basically you're gonna be like, hey, watch the dungeon and then dip? Or are you guys... How much would you like to do? What would you like to do? So I just wanted to make sure Yriel's suggestion was noted since she is unable to speak.
Yriel says we rest now and talk later because Jen needs to go. And I was going to say it is 10 o'clock for those people that had deadlines today.
We could also, could you just want to, because you could just GM the official notice and getting somewhere and then, you know.
Unless somebody really wants to role play finding someone in Skyland and telling them, we can pretend that happened. Is that a big thing that people want to do? Does anybody have...
No, I'm good with it, but...
Yeah, I mean, I probably would have asked them, like, if they knew about the magic that was holding the island up. But we can, if we need to roleplay through that, we can do that next session.
We can do that. So we can. Do you guys want to rest now?
Sure.
Okay, so you're going to rest on Skyland with the intention of... Okay. So as you kind of step out of the dungeon and find yourself a safe little corner to make your bed for the night, you find your consciousness transported back to the campfire where you are gathered with your friends, and you are all reflecting on what happened in the dungeon.
That was a hard night.
That was a very hard night. And do you remember? Anybody remember what happened next, or could I bring up something that happened right after this? I don't know if anybody else remembers. Does anybody remember?
Oh, I just remember the crick in my back trying to sleep that night on a bed of pallets because we couldn't go to the forest because we had to talk to those authorities.
Well, now go ahead, Bogha.
I was still high on magic. Lord, that was... Whew, what a rush.
And I don't know if, as then everybody is sitting there at the fire, and Maz looks over at Sal and looks towards the group and says, "Do you remember how when you guys woke up from this long rest that I was missing and nowhere to be found?" And this is where everybody met Sal.
I remember that we sallied forth after this.
And that's where we will leave off. And next time we play, we will have a new GM to tell a interlude story.
Yeah, if you didn't guess, it's gonna be me. That's me. I'm gonna do it. So
Very excited for this.
Yeah, we've been talking about this for a little while. Probably weeks at least.
We have been attempting to arrange a way that someone else could run a few sessions to kind of get some GMing experience. So next session, Maz will be missing. We'll have to figure out what that is. I don't know anything. Sal doesn't know. Well, Sal might know a little bit, but we don't know a lot. So there's going to be a little detour on the plans to get to Cogsburg. So we've been trying to plan the handoff for an ideal point of like exit the dungeon, rest, then you wake up in the morning and Maz is no longer there.
I mean, if you want, I can. So as you guys wake up from the long rest, here's what I'll leave with. I think this might be slightly better. Is you'll find that Maz is missing, and there's a note left behind. Note says, "Friends, I'm not sure how to say this, other than to let it be. I must go. I'm not sure if I shall return, but there is something I must do. Not even Yriel knows about this. Do not come after me, for I don't know if you can help. Maz."
And I will say, as you're reading the note, from behind you, emerging from the shadows, you see a small ribbit wrapped in dark cloaks with gold lining. He says, "Perhaps I can help."
Nice.
And we'll leave that for next time.